Finally, the last trait of successful entrepreneurs who are making 10K a month or more is courage. Courage is the skill of overcoming your fear. When you feel fear, you can go and do the thing that you're scared of anyway. When you do the thing that you're scared of, that is courage. Courage is not that you don't feel fear. Courage is that you feel fear, but you do that thing anyway. This relates so much to not just entrepreneurship, but masculinity in general. If you open up your copy of The Way of the Superior Man onto chapter 4 and then also chapter 8, 4 and 8 will tell you about something called edge. What the author calls edge, we can say is fear. You can translate edge to fear. In any given moment, a man's growth is optimized if he leans just beyond his edge, his capacity, his fear. Your growth will be optimized if you lean just beyond your fear. What this means, you can go read those chapters, chapter 4 and 8 of the book, The Way of the Superior Man. What this means is that you will make the most progress in your life if you feel where you feel fear and you use the skill of courage of doing that thing anyway and being okay with like the first few times you do that thing that you're not going to be that good at it naturally because it's the thing that you fear. But obviously, like, as you do the thing that you fear, what you fear starts to kind of like get, bigger, or not even bigger, we can say like it gets spread out even more. So in a practical setting, in this book where he says edge just means fear. I just want to recap that. A good few months ago, my business wasn't actually doing so good. I was at like an intense level of stress. A lot of people don't know this about me, but I was genuinely like depressed and anxious just about 6 months ago. I had built this business as an entrepreneur, and one step after the other, I got to a point when like the business wasn't even profitable. I had made a bunch of stupid business decisions purely based out of fear. The fear stemmed from literally just the comments that I would see on YouTube. I got so influenced by the comments that people would leave underneath my channel, especially the comments I would see on other people's channels, especially when it came to being a businessman and making money. In the modern day, that's not seen as like such a good thing. It's like a crazy thing because you're watching this as like an entrepreneur and you think it's an awesome thing for like another guy to be an entrepreneur and businessman, for me to be giving you this advice. But in the modern day, like the sort of liberal, woke West, skinny neck, weak, broke people, they hate the idea of entrepreneurship and business, and especially like creators becoming entrepreneurs. And so every step that I took towards entrepreneurship and making profit in this business, every single time there was a couple of comments that was probably literally from like stupid 14-year-olds who are currently having a carb crash, who watch porn, who would comment like, oh, I see Hamza's a businessman, he's a scammer. Those comments would scare me. Like, I would see them and I would feel so much pain from like seeing something like that then I literally got like so much fear when it came to thinking about making profit from the business, making a product to sell, that literally we got to the point when my business was genuinely failing. I had almost 2 million subscribers and I literally wasn't even profiting much, and I had to literally borrow money from my sister for the business. Imagine that, I'm 2 million subscribers, I'm like this ultra successful guy and everything. I had to borrow money because I was so afraid of making a product that I could sell, because it was just, there was fear involved, because I just thought, oh, the comments will go proper negative. Turns out that there's like literally like 3 guys who just comment some bullshit, and all the rest of us actually appreciate entrepreneurship. Like, you're here because you want to make more money, you're here because you want to achieve financial freedom. Me too. And so you're probably thinking like, if you just evaluate this video, you're probably thinking, okay, Hamza's dropped some like nice wisdom here. This is quite a nice video. Imagine when I tell you that I was scared of making videos like this. I was scared of making like a product to sell to like help entrepreneurs because of what a unidentified, potentially 14-year-old might comment. It sounds stupid, but when you say your fear out loud, it usually does sound stupid. For example, with speaking to a girl, there's a girl that you like over there. you feel the fear and that you don't end up speaking to her. But if you spoke it out loud, I'm scared to go over there because the guy to the side who I've never seen before, who I'd probably never see again, he might look at me from the side of his eyes, and that kind of scares me. Imagine if you said that fear out loud, you'd feel like a fool, right? I'm scared to go over there because she might not really be such a nice person, and I'm scared of what this 110-pound little girl might say to me. I'm scared that she might say that she's got a boyfriend and it might be slightly embarrassing. If you say your fear out loud, you sound like literally such a pussy, and you realize that your fear was totally just illogical. And that's exactly what I needed to do. And so when, I literally moved back to my parents' house, even though I had like 2 million subscribers. And it was with a friend named Andrew Kirby. It was when he sent me like a Loom video of him kind of reviewing like the product I was selling. I was kind of like, I had like a couple of these like kind of shitty products that I just wouldn't ever really mention, but I didn't want to make like a big one that I could publicly say to you like, oh yeah, this is the product that I sell and I'm super proud of it. So he was kind of reviewing them and he was saying, oh yeah, they're kind of good and you're making like 20k a month and that's really good and everything, but with your audience you should be making a lot more, 10 times more. And he had this like enthusiasm for entrepreneurship, which it just clicked, and I really needed to see that. And suddenly I realized like exactly what the problem was. I just had the belief that I would be like a bad person, that I'd be seen as like this horrible businessman if I released a product that helped entrepreneurs, like, sort of newbie entrepreneurs figure out which business model to do and to make them more productive, improve their sleep and everything, essentially helping like use self-improvement proactively to help an entrepreneur so that he can go and do the work, and then also help him with specific businesses like YouTube and everything, right? I thought that I would have been seen as like a bad person for doing that, and in some ways I have. There's been a couple of people who will literally comment every now and then, say, oh, Hamza is mentioning an Adonis school and that's like a scam or something. It's like, bro, how is it a scam? You've never bought it, so you've never even been inside. There's 500 and something guys inside of it who literally are like happy to be there, so you can't call it you can say that it's too expensive for you, and I apologize for that, but it's the price point that I genuinely believe is the right way. You can say it's too expensive for you, you can say that you're not interested, but then when people use like insults, that genuinely kept me in such like a bubble that I didn't want to see those comments. That, I know this might be hard to comprehend. The fear of a 14-year-old commenting something like that genuinely kept my business at 10 times smaller than it could have been. Because the moment I overcame this fear, starting with Andrew Kirby sending me like a bit of encouragement, enthusiasm, and then he started to help me with ideas, and he connected me with this other guy called Victor, and these guys are really good at business, and they helped me make this awesome product that I'm really proud of. Suddenly I'm making 10 times more money, not even exaggerating. Suddenly I'm genuinely making like over 100k per month consistently. And I have like no expenses. I live at home with my parents and I love it here because I literally just get to wake up and just work all day, and I fucking love it. Now I've become like the next level of like business, of like success, which means that I can teach it to you. Suddenly it's like I've got so much more success that now I can teach it. And also that I've got like a nice program that, if you can't afford or something, you might be able to eventually like kind of save up and be able to come in it if it's like the perfect place for you, which I really do. Like, I've never spoke so proudly of something that I've sold before this, but I genuinely think the product that I've released, because of this like overcoming the fear, this is half me selling it to you, but really this is like my example, my story of this, the traits of courage, that I actually needed more courage in my life because I was so scared. And now when I look at it now and I see that I've made something which I'm really proud of, which the guys who have bought it say that it's awesome, and they've literally been in it for over like a month now, and they're in there every single day talking and saying that they're like happy about it, saying that they like me so much more because they joined and everything. I've done that. I've made a fuck ton of money. I've connected with like a bunch more like businessmen and everything. I've had a fun like work task. It's been purely positive. And when I think about the fact that I didn't do this because I was literally just feeling fear, it blows my mind. And so this is the last big trait that I just want to really help you with. Fear will keep you living this life of mediocrity, the life of like an average man who's scared to, for example, quit his full-time job and everything. If you're interested, just quickly, the concept of quitting your full-time job because you want to build a business is exactly what my ebook is about. It's like 30 pages. It's just like the guide that's linked in the description. It's the one I mentioned before. Inside of that, if you're interested in Adonis School, once you get that ebook, I send you a couple of automated emails after that where I link Adonis School. After like 2 days or 3 days, you get no more emails from me. I don't even send like weekly emails or anything. So the idea is like you get the book for free, you get this like entrepreneur guide and everything, you see like 2 emails or 3 emails from me for over the next few days. Then after that you get like no emails from me at all, unless if I manually send one out because there's something that I want to announce. Maybe the next time I do that will be like for my book that's coming out in a few months or something like that, right? And yeah, so maybe fear is holding you back right now, and so this is a really important time for you to question yourself. What fear are you feeling which could be holding you back from creating more success when it comes to your business, for example? What is the fear? And so the actionable step for this trait is to do Tim Ferriss's fear setting exercise. Tim Ferriss is the author, the entrepreneur that I mentioned before. He's the one who wrote the 4-Hour Workweek. You can literally hear how dry my throat is getting, bro. One sec. Oh, my throat my throat usually hurts when I record these, like, because I do this all in one take, by the way. Quick water break and posture break. Join me, bro. Cheers, bro. If you're interested, like the reason why I record these long videos all in one take, it's just because when I was going through my entrepreneurship journey and there was someone who was at the level of success that I admired, I would wish more than everything that they would just press record on a camera and just speak to it and just tell me things about business, money, their mindset and everything. Unedited, no music, no random fucking sound effects and all this stuff, like, you know, distracting. I just wanted like this rich, successful guy that I looked up to just keep talking, saying valuable things with no interruptions at all. And I thought to myself, yeah, well, why don't I just do that? I wanted to stop uploading, you know, like the quick 10-minute videos where each point is only like 1 minute long, and you know, it's those videos get a lot more views, by the way. These videos still get a fair amount, and I hope that, you know, chances are if you're watching this, you're like a total fan of mine. I hope that you don't think the titles of the videos that I'm making are too clickbait, because I had like a fear to use titles like this. They're kind of like, they make me cringe a little bit, but at the same time, they just perform so much better. And the way that I see it in a wholesome way is like, if using titles like this, you know, the top 7 ways to become an entrepreneur and how to full guide to making $10,000, you know, it seems, I don't know if, like, it seems a bit clickbait to me. Maybe it doesn't to you, but even if it does, like, I just realized, well, like, if more people are watching these videos, you're literally just giving the people what they want. So, you know, as a good entrepreneur would, it's not about what you think, it's about what like the target market thinks. If more people are watching videos where the title is something like this, it makes sense. And I think that, you know, usually these top 7 ways videos, which are like 10 minutes long, usually they're kind of shit because it's just like, oh, number 1, meditation. Meditation's when you do this. Number 2, good sleep. You know, they're so short that you don't actually learn anything. I hope that with my format of the long, unedited videos, when I do it like a clickbait video, which is like the top 9 ways to make money and stuff, it's kind of still valuable because each point is like 10 minutes long. And so it's kind of like 10 mini videos where I'm literally just spilling like the knowledge that I have, the wisdom that I have, so that hopefully it helps you. I hope that you understand that, because I prefer making videos just like how to make money, you know, just like simple titles, but it's not about what I want. It's about what the guys I'm trying to help actually click on. And it's certainly 100% videos like this. So let's do Tim Ferriss's fear setting exercise. This is the last actionable step, and then we can end the video and I can rest my throat. So his exercise is very simple. You just get a piece of paper or a table in like a document, and you split it into 3 rows, and you want define, prevent, and repair. Define, prevent, repair. Define is what you write, what could go wrong. So when you think about the fear that you have, maybe you title the page, the fear I have is, for example, using clickbait titles like this, right? That's the top fear headline. What could go wrong? What could go wrong is people could think that I'm clickbaiting. People could be slightly turned off by the titles that I'm using. The titles that I'm using might not get that many views. So you start to write down the things that could go wrong on that side. Then you go through the prevent one as, okay, well, how could I reduce the likelihood of that like the definition stuff happening? Well, I could still make a really good life-changing video, even though the title is a bit kind of slightly immature for my taste. Which also makes sense because, you know, I'm 25 years old. I'm 26 now, literally 26 today. And I've got to a level of like, you know, like entrepreneurship and success. I'm on track to make multiple millions this year. Most people aren't totally relating to that. So it's like, I probably shouldn't be making videos for me. I should be making videos for like my younger self. And he would have liked videos with this type of title, right? So you start to fill out the prevent box, like the lines there. And you say, okay, well, how can I prevent the things that I've defined? Well, I could make sure the videos are still life-changing. I could make the videos way longer than normal, like 1 hour long, so that when I do make a video title like this, which is, you know, the 9 traits or something, that then there's still enough meat in the video to be valuable. And then you do the repair. If things do go wrong, what could I do to repair, to fix it? Well, if people hate these videos, then I could just go back to my like usual style. So you can do this right here, right now as an actionable step. Before the video ends, you could just pause this video and do this. You go define, prevent, repair. At the top of the page, just write the exact thing that you fear. So maybe for you, it could be, I fear making YouTube videos because I don't want my parents to watch the videos and hear me talk about these sensitive topics. Define what could go wrong. My parents end up finding the video and they tell me not to make them anymore. My parents find the video and they're really aggressive and upset. My friends find it and they end up sharing it around in school or in work or something and everyone's making fun of me. You start defining it. How could I prevent that? Well, I could make the videos and I could just talk about things that I could imagine that even if my parents or like high school friends saw, that it wouldn't be cringe. So I'll just talk about like some of the tame things for now, like fitness. And you know, if my parents watch me in a video where I'm literally just talking about like fitness, it's not so bad compared to me talking about like no fap or getting girls or something. Another prevent could be, well, I can make it on a totally fresh Google, YouTube account, so no one should be able to buy, you know, to just kind of see it automatically because it won't get many views. How could I repair it? If my parents do see the videos that I make and they don't really like them, I could just speak to them like an adult and just tell them like this is the business that I want to get into. I could also just apologize. Worst case scenario, I could just private those videos and just move on with my life. So it's not like it's irreparable damage. If you do this exercise pretty much every time you feel that you fear something, it will do wonders for you. Now, it's the end of like the entrepreneurship thing, but I just want to give you a quick lesson on masculinity. This is the fastest way for you to discover your deepest purpose in life, which is literally 10 out of 10 important. The only like literally the important thing of your life, the only thing that matters is your purpose, because the rest of your life goes a lot like must be aligned to the purpose, including your family, your friends, your relationship, your diet, everything. So the most important thing in your life is like your purpose, your soul's reason for being on this earth. I'm not totally spiritual, but I am seeing the truth to arguments like that where we talk about like your soul's reason for being. I didn't even know like soul was a real thing, but I'm starting to like understand it slightly. So what I will tell you is the pursuit of becoming an entrepreneur will make you a lot more masculine, because you'll start to learn how to overcome your fear. Because in entrepreneurship, there's a lot of fear to get to the next level. And naturally, over time, you'll begin to get used to like overcoming your fear. I genuinely, you know, if I heard this lesson 4 years ago, I genuinely would have made so much faster progress. I'm actually very proud of this video, of the knowledge I've gave you here. Because if younger Hamza, younger me, watched this entire video and really, you know, like watched it with focus, it genuinely would have like speeded up his entrepreneurship journey by like literally months or even a year straight, especially this last point on courage and fear setting. It would probably do you well to literally just rewind and just watch that entire section, trait 5 in the actionable step, again, like right now. Honestly, if I'm saying that to you, and also quite frankly, like, you know, I'm pretty sure like I'll make more AdSense or whatever it is, but like I actually really do think this last point is the most important, because it's fear that could genuinely stop you for months from making progress. It's probably fear that's stopping you from making a lot of progress right here, right now. It was fear, like think about it. It was fear that kept me making like 20K a month in my business, which is really good, but it was fear that kept me there. And suddenly when that fear was just penetrated, I started to make 5 to 10 times that. So fear can hold you back to such a huge level. That's the end of the video. I well and truly hope that it's really helps you. Because when I think about helping young entrepreneurs, especially, this is a bit maybe unfair or whatever, but when I think about like brown-skinned Pakistani 18, 19, 20-year-old wanting to be an entrepreneur, it reminds me of me. There's a guy inside of Adonis School called Zain who I've just made a moderator, and he reminds me of like my younger self. He's like a young Pakistani guy who's trying to be an entrepreneur and everything. And I just think this journey is so beautiful. I journaled yesterday saying like, I'm actually so proud that this is what I've evolved to. At first, I started my YouTube channel with it just being about dopamine detoxing. Then I went into like the whole mental health, and I still think that's really important, you know, mental health stuff. But I've got to the point now where this feels like the thing that I can really help young men with. I will still make videos on like testosterone and fertility, but those things are almost like outside of my scope. It's probably better if we listen to like researchers and stuff, and I'll still make videos about them because of what the researchers say and the books say. I can distill it down for us in a way that we can understand. But entrepreneurship and like making money online is something that I really have dedicated a few years of my life to. It's a problem that I've kind of solved in my own life, and I see how valuable and popular this topic is, of how many young guys there are out there who would rather be entrepreneurs than like normal employees. And I think that I can really like help the guys. And so I genuinely feel very proud of this video and also the work that we've done in general. Hopefully you've got to this point, you're an entrepreneur and you respect entrepreneurship, so you won't mind me just kind of pitching Adonis School to you. If you don't want to hear about Adonis School, you can click away, but like Adonis School really is the place for you. If you've watched all this video, it is like this private online community and also this platform that's completely separate. It's not a Discord server or anything like that. We're literally like the sole purpose we have with me and my entire team is literally just help like this young entrepreneur, like this entrepreneur, like this wannabe entrepreneur to start making money, but also to become so effective that he's actually good at working. So we literally have like a sleep coach who, when you join his live calls, he'll ask you a bunch of questions. Suddenly like your sleep becomes like 10% better, and you know the impact that would have on your business. Suddenly like you're more productive, you're more focused, you're healthy, your brain's better, you're making better decisions. We have a purpose coach that helps you kind of find some life direction in. We have an affiliate marketing teacher who does live calls and also sets homework. So if you want to get into affiliate marketing, which is a fantastic business model for like young people who have got like no real skills at the moment, because you don't need to make your own content, you don't need to be a YouTuber, you don't need to be on camera or anything as an affiliate marketer. You just sell like Amazon's products. Like for example, I'm an affiliate for a couple of people, which you can scroll down in the description and just see, like for a couple of sites that I like, and they'll make like an okay passive amount per month. It's like easily I'm making thousands, like above 5k a month from like the few affiliates that I have just passively. Obviously it's like I'm at a big level where I get a lot of traffic and stuff, but if you made, a few $100s a month from affiliate marketing, like somewhat passively, you'd probably like kind of enjoy that, wouldn't you? And then I do my own live lessons where I teach how to grow on YouTube, which when you think about it, how valuable is that? You could learn from a guy with 2 million subscribers. And so I genuinely think Adonis School is like fantastic for young entrepreneurs. It's like such a beautiful community. It's just these guys who are coming together to, one, use self-improvement to become better entrepreneurs, and then two, to actually discuss the specific business models and get better on those. And we're seeing some good results. There's guys in there who have made their first like $1,000 already. There's a guy who's made 2.5k from affiliate marketing already. There's people who have already gained hundreds of subscribers on new YouTube channels. So it's really powerful. You can get to Adonis School. I've removed the links from the description now because I've set up like a new funnel. But if you haven't already, you can go and get that free like ebook. The free ebook signs you up to like email marketing thing. So you've put your email in there, get the ebook, the entrepreneur one. It's the top link in the description. Then about 24 hours after that, you'll get an email where I mention Adonis School. So that's where you can find the link from now on. I don't have it in the description because I think that this might be like a better funnel. I'll test this out and maybe I'll like update you just in case you're interested to make your own funnel and stuff. That's the end of the video. Hope you can appreciate it because my throat really hurts. If you have watched this far and you really appreciate this and you want to thank me for the help, the greatest thing you can do is click on the share button underneath this video, get the link, and just send this to like as many group chats or friends that you can, especially friends you know who are trying to become entrepreneurs, and you could tell them that you watched the entire thing, and you could tell them to maybe watch the entire thing. If you shared the video and we can just see like who has got the most people to watch it, that would be sick. Do the hard work, especially when you don't feel like it. Mwah!